Building a brand is one thing, right? Building a revenue generating brand is one thing. But having the mindset to sustain it and to build it and take it to new heights is a whole different story. It's a whole different ball game. Because I've just come across so many different things when it comes down to mindset that has really not only shifted my opinion on how impactful it is, because obviously we know how impactful it is, but when we actually get to the roots of how crazy it is that your mind literally controls everything. And I'm not even about to get woo woo in this video, right? It's more so just to reinforce the importance of, if you want to develop and build a strong brand, then it is in your best interest to develop a strong mindset as well. Because it seems that you can't necessarily have one without the other. Like, honestly speaking, you can have an amazing brand, but if you don't have a mindset to convert that into revenue generating opportunity for whatever reason, that's always going to stop you in your tracks, right? And if you have the mindset, right, a strong mindset, but the brand isn't necessarily there, that mindset will position it in a way where you will ultimately build up your brand in a way where it needs to become stronger and a lot more resilient. But it's based on your sort of mindset that you have to begin with that will ultimately allow your brand to grow in real time. And, for me, I believe that I have a strong mindset, right? Obviously we can always improve and we can always get better, but as far as having a sort of mindset that sort of promotes growth, that promotes 1% each and every day, working hard, discipline, consistency, perseverance, all those things, I believe that my mindset is shifted towards that side of the fence, right? I don't believe in the idea of giving up or quitting too easy, or all those sort of things that would sort of put you off of doing something just because you feel it's a bit too difficult or too hard, right? But that's just me. That's just me. I can only speak for myself. But when I have come across various different people in this journey, and I realize that the mind is such a powerful thing, it can literally shift your whole trajectory just off the back of your thought process. And I already spoke on a video previously about the importance of, self-talk and being able to speak positively to yourself and to allow positivity to enter your life through the words that you speak, right? And, I said it already, I dislike and hate negative self-talk a lot. I don't believe in it. I feel like it should be banned. I feel like anyone that's going to be talking badly about themselves needs to get fined. Like, they need to get a fine and they need to pay for their crimes, personally speaking. But the reason why I'm even speaking about this is because I am part of a program, right? And they usually do like weekly group coaching calls. And there was a gentleman that was on the coaching call who is doing great. On paper, they're doing amazing, right? They're on YouTube posting content, getting loads of subscribers, amazing views, like over 100,000 views. And what they said really sort of reinforced the mindset element a lot. And it is interesting because obviously we just don't know what everyone goes through in order to then understand how they kind of got their head in that particular space, right? But despite the sort of views and the positioning that they have put themselves in through their hard work and their work ethic, it was something that they still felt that they ultimately still felt like a fraud, and they didn't feel credible enough in order to convert that attention into leads, right? Which will ultimately become more clients and more revenue for your business, as I say often. But yeah, they were very much in the idea that because they never felt that they were credible enough, they didn't feel that it made sense or it was a right thing to do to sell their services to the audience. And I was taken back by that a bit because, when you have an audience, especially an audience of that magnitude, right, that implies that you are firstly doing something right. And you have built an audience based on people who regularly check your work, they enjoy your content, and they want to see more from you, right? And when you get to that sort of approach, when it comes down to brand building, and that's why I talk a lot about the idea you can build a personal brand, right? But the revenue generating brand is a whole different story. And I honestly believe that it is the sort of mindset shift that you need to kind of put yourself through to just kind of shift that process into thinking revenue generating brand, because you can amass so much support, so much followers, so much sort of engagement within the work that you're doing. But if you're not converting that into more opportunity, right, or more revenue that you can then reinvest into your business to continue to scale and to grow, it's vanity metrics. It's vanity metrics. And I always talk about this on this channel. We don't have time for vanity metrics. We don't do vanity metrics around here. It doesn't make sense. So with that, they did receive some good advice as well. So they were told that, with what you're doing, that in itself showcases that level of credibility, because people are tuning into your content. They want to see more from you. They effectively admire the work that you do. So with you putting out additional sort of offers or products that people can, purchase from you, it just showcases that level of support that you have, right, within your sort of ecosystem that you have amazingly developed within short space of time. But then they still felt that they felt like a fraud, in that sense, that they didn't feel like they were equipped or ready. And when it comes down to that, I'll be honest with you, it can be a bit heartbreaking to hear, because there's so many people amongst us who don't have that many sort of followers or sort of engagement or whatever the case, but their mindset alone has changed their whole trajectory, and they've managed to ultimately become millionaires or billionaires just off the back of their mindset, just off the back of them saying that, because I feel within myself I'm credible. I don't need a certification. I don't need no accreditation. I don't need anyone, in fact, to validate me as someone that is credible. So by all means, because I validate myself and I know that I am credible within myself, I am going to sell said product or service despite the number of followers or despite the engagement that I'm getting, because what I am saying as an individual holds more weight regardless. And that is what inspired me to do this video, to really just reinforce the importance of the mindset. Like, honestly, you don't need to be in a position where you feel that you're not credible enough, so you are not able to provide more value, right? And if you are watching this, right, and you got this far in this video, I want you to let me know, do you sort of have that sort of level of imposter syndrome as well? Comment below and let me know, because honestly speaking, for me, I speak a lot about it. Imposter syndrome was something that was a big part in terms of the reason why I didn't start doing these particular things I wanted to do until now. And as I mentioned, it took a lot of unlearning in the process of me to be in a position where I'm able to document my story, showcase these videos, drop daily videos, and just really put myself out there and just do the best I can to really build a seven-figure brand in 1,000 days. That's the mission and that's the objective that I'm working towards. And you know, it took a lot. And you know, I with that particular person in question, right? I know that once they get over that sort of hurdle, they're going to do amazingly well, even better than what they're doing already. But it's just something that is important for you to really look into yourself to understand why you are feeling this way in particular things, right? Why do you feel that you are not deserving of more, right? Whether it comes down to more opportunities, whether it comes down to more money, whatever it comes down to, what is it that is stopping you or blocking you from the idea that you are not deserving of more? And I think once you get to that sort of level of understanding, then it really just helps you to just work towards breaking through those limiting beliefs and just pursuing your goals relentlessly. There were so many limiting beliefs that I had to overcome within myself, and now I'm just like, let's go. I'm ready to rock and roll, because ultimately I know that it was a mental barrier and a mental block that was stopping me from doing loads of things. But now that I've somewhat have overcome that sort of thing, I'm now ready to take things to new levels and to really document and showcase exactly where I'm going and taking you on the journey with me. So I would highly advise, please, if you are watching this and you feel somewhat similar in the terms of the story, you feel like that person in question where, on paper they're doing well and everything, but it's that mental blocker that's really stopping them from getting getting to the revenue, getting to the opportunity to really change their life for the better. Then let me know, because honestly, like, I'm more than happy to share my experiences, even more so on a one-to-one, on a personal one, and let you know what I have been doing and what I continue to do to sort of help me get out of that sort of headspace and really focus on having that growth mindset and that level of consistency and perseverance that I've been documenting and detailing within my videos as well. So drop a comment and let me know. It'll be good to hear from you all. But most importantly, when it comes down to mindset, you have to keep going. You have to keep going. And on the journey of you doing the things that make you feel uncomfortable, you are going to learn so much more about yourself that will then allow you to ultimately get that much closer to becoming the best version of yourself. And as I mentioned, in order to build a brand is one thing, but to build a revenue generating brand is where the mind comes to it. And that's when it becomes an important factor that you need to overcome if you want to go past that sort of hurdle into a way where you are able to not only develop a revenue generating brand, but a brand that ultimately validates yourself as the obvious person and the key person of influence within your remit and your ecosystem as well. So, on that note, I hope that this helped. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out. Look after yourself.